Hi, I'm Senior Master Sergeant Margo Miller, and I teach 9th through 12th grade Air Force Junior ROTC here at Airline High School, and I am extremely honored to be named as their Teacher of the Year. The mission of ROTC is to develop citizens of character dedicated to serving their nation and our community. So most of our curriculum is based around helping those cadets meet that mission. Our curriculum is developed at Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama at Air University. The content that I will be using today will come from the Communications, Leadership, and Awareness textbook, pulling from the leadership model, where our students will be learning leadership characteristics and how to identify those in leaders. The cadets will discuss and describe characteristics of effective leaders and will associate these characteristics within historical leaders through a group activity and present their findings at the end of the lesson. I prepared this lesson by reviewing the curriculum and allowing students to have a stake in what historical figures they would like to identify characteristics in. Some of their choices were Martin Luther King, General Dunford, and Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. This lesson connects to my overall goals because ROTC is a cadet-led program. Regardless of the cadets' adaptations, every student is given the opportunity to lead in some capacity in my classroom by either being the commander, the flight sergeant, or an element leader. These class leaders rotate approximately every 3 weeks. By allowing every cadet to lead, I have seen transformation in cadets' self-esteem, attitude, discipline, and their development as a leader. I absolutely love being an Air Force Junior ROTC instructor, and I hope you enjoy our video. Thank you.
Flight, Tench Hot. Baldwin.
Here, sir.
Bell.
Here, sir.
Berger.
Here, sir.
Tavakaran.
Present.
Warner.
Here, sir.
Washburn.
Here, sir.
Report.
Sir, second line, all present accounted for.
B flight, all present accounted for.
Ready, front. Ma'am, B flight prepared for instructions.
Thank you, ma'am. Seats. All right, so yesterday we started talking about what it takes to be a leader. We're just going to do a quick review, and then we're going to move on to our objective today, which is what?
Listen,
describe the characteristics of a leader. Mr. Smith, would you please open that for me? All right, so just as a quick review, tell me some of the things we discussed yesterday about what it takes to be a leader. Berger?
Courage is quality of being determined and steadfast and not giving up.
Absolutely, not giving up. Every time you do something, it's not going to be easy. As a matter of fact, the things that are hard are the ones that's going to stretch you the most. Those are the things that's going to help you become a better leader. What was the second thing we discussed yesterday? Say courage is when you do something that's hard to do, but you do it anyway.
Perfectly related.
That's right. Can someone else give me another example of what courage is? Raise your hand, Jordan.
Stand up for what's right, even though other people aren't doing it.
Standing up for what's right, even though other people are not doing it. Jada, did you have an example?
Having the bravery to do something.
Having the bravery to do something. So those are all good examples of what courage is and what perseverance is. So please turn your textbooks to page 268. Who in here thinks they're an expert on being an effective leader? I spent 24 years in the Air Force, and I don't think that I'm an expert on it. I'm constantly learning about that. All right, so these are the 6 characteristics of an effective leader. Integrity, and what does integrity mean to you in your own words? Chase?
Doing what's right even when no one is looking.
Doing what's very good one, Chase. Doing what's right even when no one is looking. Ooh, big one. Big one from our teenagers. Decisiveness. Ooh, Bhavani, she's all on that one. Bhavani, let's talk about decisiveness.
Yeah, so because you're a leader, like people have to look up to you regardless of your title. And the only way they're going to do that is if you are confident and if you are decisive. If you're constantly floundering or going back and forth, no one will want to follow you because you don't seem like a confident person. So that you have to be able to act like as a role model and be decisive, otherwise no one will follow you.
Absolutely. You must be decisive. That means you're gonna make a decision, whether wrong or right, and stick to it. All right, so now that we know the 6 characteristics of an effective leader, we're gonna do a little quick activity on the building blocks of effective leadership. So I'm gonna give everybody, every element is gonna have a particular color of these building blocks. So we know that if something falters, right? Let's say I'm not committed, but I have integrity, loyalty, energy, I'm decisive, and I'm not selfish. But my commitment's not there. What happens to the mission?
The whole mission falls apart.
It can fall apart, right? So that's what these building blocks are for. So let's take a moment and we'll get these handed out. We'll have to share selflessness. Energy in this okay? Anyone has heard Mr. Rowland talk, y'all know he's always energized. That's why he's as effective as a leader and as a principal, okay? All right, decisiveness. Let's make a decision, Bhavani, and stick with it. Whether it's wrong or right, we're going to stand by our decision. Here we go. Look at that leader, you guys. That leader is developing. Let's see what happens when some of the leader characteristics in your leader, they lose some of those things, right? Or they just don't have it. All right, let's see. Let's see. This leader, she's lacking a little commitment. She's lacking commitment. Come on up, Irene. She's lacking a little commitment. She's lacking some commitment. Okay. Let's see. The leader is, she's lacking, she stayed up late last night at a football game. The Saints were playing. They beat the Cowboys. She's tired this morning. She doesn't have enough energy. Brayden, she's lacking some energy. She's lacking some energy. Energy is green. She's lacking some energy. Okay, go ahead and take another one. She's really tired. She's had 2 cups of coffee. That hasn't even helped. She's leaning a little bit, right? She's not all there, right? She's lacking a few things. Let's see. Oh, most important, she has no integrity whatsoever. She has no integrity. Faith. She's missing some integrity. She's lacking integrity. Whoa! Okay, you guys. So, what do you think the objective of this lesson was? Raise your hand and speak. What do you think the objective of this lesson was, Jordan? What was the objective?
When a leader lacks one of the characteristics of a leader, that not only can the leader falter, but the mission can falter itself.
Very good. When a leader is lacking certain characteristics that we've discussed over the last few weeks in this class, not only can the leader falter, but the mission can falter. Very good, you guys. Give yourselves a hand clap. Very good. Good job, class. Okay, so next, let's go ahead and get in your groups, please. I need for each element leader to come check out a Chromebook for your group. All right, Bhavani.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No, wait, I picked 2.
Who do you have? Who do you have?
I don't know. Oh my, okay. Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow,
That's a good one.
that's a good one. My turn. Sam, you want to pick? Let Sam pick. Okay, Sam, you can pick.
Yes.
You got this.
Wait, Sam.
Yeah.
Who do you have? Say it.
Nelson Mandela.
What? Nelson Mandela. Good job, Sam. Yeah, that's a good one. Go ahead and get into your groups real quick. 30 seconds. Let's go.
Let's gather around your desk.
Nationalist
Timekeeper, 15 minutes.
and the
15
first
minutes.
black president of South Africa.
Commitment.
Selfless, yes, you can choose 2 if you want, because that's very a good point for the particular figure that you picked. Definitely for Martin Luther King, yes. Good job, keep it up. Yes, yeah, definitely, Chase. So for Michelle Obama, you chose that she's committed. So you're going to use committed. So have you guys decided on the action yet, Destiny? Y'all still working on that?
So what we're doing is like I'm letting them write like what they think the action is.
And then you're going to combine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, teamwork, I like that. All right, don't forget to make sure you're telling us how you can use that characteristic trait as a student and as a citizen, okay? Good group work. You have chosen Bhavani. Come on up. Bhavani's gonna, the historical figure that they chose was who, Bhavani?
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
And so she's gonna give a brief presentation and tell us how they were able to identify some of his leadership characteristics and how we can use them as students, and not just students inside the classroom or airline, but in everything that you do. Okay, go ahead, Bhavani.
Okay, so Martin Luther King Jr. has been studied throughout history in every single classroom, in every single, whether it be history, math, English, because of how great and how effective of a leader he was. People join organizations because of the beliefs they are founded on. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream for America, and people took this dream for heart because of the way he communicated, the way he presented his ideas to his audience. With the understanding that all leaders must have the fundamental qualities of integrity and honesty and commitment, the greatest leaders also embody conviction, passion, and they always have a true mission.
Very good, Bhavani. She described how the characteristic was used in Dr. Martin Luther King, right? We all know that he was one of our most influential leaders, right? She also told us very passionately how she felt about his actions. And then she tied it up with what? How we can display those characteristics in our everyday walk, right? As students, right? Not just as cadets, but as students. All right, so just a quick review of what we talked about. I'm gonna ask you guys some questions. Who can tell me what does commitment mean? You can use your textbooks if you need to. What is commitment? Jordan.
Commitment is like if you say that you're gonna show up for something, then you're gonna be there on time when you're supposed to be there.
That's right. You got to be there on time. If you sign up, you do what, class? Show up. You sign up, you show up. Okay, very good today, you guys. Give yourselves a little. All right, so Bhavani, let's prepare for inspection. Let's prepare the class for inspection. Take off your jackets. We're going to go outside for inspection.
Take off your IDs as well. Call the files from the right forward.
Stand fast.
Arch.
Forward. Arch.
My lesson objective was for the cadets to be able to list and describe characteristics of a leader. This objective was met and assessed through a group activity, and after the teaching segment of the video, the remaining 4 groups were also able to identify those discussed characteristics and influential leaders and presented their findings to the class. Although leadership is a common theme in our program, we also teach several other life skill lessons, such as financial management, studying habits, communicating effectively, active listening, selecting a college, attitude and discipline, and CPR, just to name a few. Since ROTC is a cadet-led program, our students have the opportunity to lead in several aspects. These include weekly uniform inspections, they conduct uniform and equipment inventories, they fit all new freshmen for their uniforms, they teach freshman cadets drill and ceremonies, participate in our award-winning drill teams, and some even volunteer 9 days of their summer break as leadership course training officers. Additionally, our core leadership staff conducts subordinate promotion boards and provides their recommendation to the instructors. I wish every student in high school was required to take this course. There is truly something for everyone to learn. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for your time and this tremendous opportunity.
Hut. Close ranks. Arch. Light. All out.
All right, back in the classroom, you guys.